Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saieed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, Trinidad and Tobago. So, a little update for you. With just 6 weeks remaining in the life of the Tobago House of Assembly, THA Secretary, Chief Secretary, Farley Augustine, has offered no clear timeline for when Tobagonians will heed to the polls. Speaking to reporters on Tuesday, Augustine said no decision has been taken on when the Assembly will dissolve, noting that these steps will determine the timing of the election. The Chief Secretary confirmed that the TPP has completed its nomination process and will soon begin screening candidates. So Trinidad and Tobago, we can look out for that in the coming weeks. Also, Finance Minister David Jonathan, who have refuted a Trinidad and Tobago Guardian article claiming that no funds were allocated in the budget for public servant payment. In a statement, the Finance Ministry said the report misrepresented Tanku's comment during the Standing Finance Committee meeting, stressing that sufficient allocation exists to meet all current wage and salary obligations. The ministry explained that unconfirmed figures for pending wage negotiation cannot be included in the budget and that an additional fund or funds required after settlement will be brought to Parliament through a supplementary appropriation, a standard, transparent procedure. So, Trinidad and Tobago, I want to say this, I want to say this. Now, negotiation have not started as yet. So, in the Parliament, or the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, we cannot say how much the figures will be. And I'll tell you this, you see the opposition? Every member of the opposition, the PNM opposition, every member of the PNM opposition know exactly that the UNC cannot quote a figure as yet. You know why? The negotiation have not started as yet. Every single minister on the opposition knows this. But you know, they have a thing they call fear-mongering. They want to instill fear in the citizens. Now, the opposition of Trinidad and Tobago have the rights to say what they want in Parliament because they are what? They are privileged to say so. But the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago have to watch what they are saying. You know why? We could be charged. We could be charged. But I want to let you understand that whatever you are hearing or whatever you are reading that will cause you to label David Jonathan Tanku, I want to tell you something. You all are being misled. You all are being misled by people who know exactly what they are doing. I can tell you that on national television. I've been in finance for almost 30 years of my life. Almost 30 years. And before you could throw out a figure on something, you have to know exactly what it is going to cost before you could throw out a figure. So if a negotiation has not started as yet, how it is that Clungenbert, who is a former PNM minister, wants David Jonathan Tanku to give him a figure. How that could happen? And to the PNM people who wants to bash David Jonathan Tanku, before you build a house, and you have to get an estimate, and you have to go by a carpenter to find out how much steel you would use, and then you will know how much money you're spending on steel. It's simple. So don't be fooled by hearsay, she say, and them say. I just wanted to clear up that tonight because I've been hearing all sorts of things, reading all sorts of things. And we as Trinidadian, if we hear macaroni spoil, watch manner. We don't even know how old the macaroni is. But hey, you know the macaroni spoil? Well, how old the macaroni was? Well, you know, I didn't find out that. That's how stupid we are as Trinbagonians. You know why? I am saying this after Keith Rowley. Remember one time Keith Rowley had a platform and he said the people of Trinidad and Tobago are stupid. All can remember that? All can remember that? But he was talking to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, the people who voted him and the people who didn't vote him. Imagine that, eh? Prime Minister, former Prime Minister, telling us that. And that the same Prime Minister was telling the UNC who was in opposition at that point in time, let's take it out of the pavement and we go deal with it. I said that violence talk too. But nevertheless, that is the same Prime Minister I love. So, Trinidad and Tobago, we're going into our current affairs segment. Cycling Center today as job seekers lined up with hope of landing opportunities through the government's new employment recruitment drive at the Couva Cycling Center. When last did you see hundreds of people turn up for a job other than CPEP? When last? These individuals are hoping to get government jobs. This is just to tell you how much vacancies there are. But we're going to find out how much vacancies there is. Now, while paying a visit to the center earlier today, Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar, she said, is happy that thousands of unemployed citizens are partaking in this initiative. Look at this.
Majority of persons have come. They seem to be younger ones. They seem to be entry-level ones. So the young ones, young graduates out here. And it's an opportunity that should not be wasted by anyone. So for those of you who have not yet come here, there are other venues open across the country. Online. But there's online.
Trinidad and Tobago, she said more than 90,000 persons are signing up online for the recruitment drive, and although the number of persons are exceeding the jobs available at this time, the Prime Minister reassured that if needed be, more employment opportunities will be created. Listen to this.
My job is to create jobs in our country. We promised you jobs, and we will deliver on that promise. All of it not happen the same day, but we were working on it. We'll work on it and get it done.
Persad-Bissessar also mentioned that these sustainable jobs will give the public opportunities, which was not given to them before. She drew reference from CPEP and URP workers who could not afford a proper mortgage from the bank. Hear this one.
CPEP and URP, that was just hand-to-mouth feeding. That's a kind of slavery. That's how I saw it, and I was very determined. I will not put people through that kind of slavery. And some members of my cabinet fought me, but we did this, and this will work. This will work.
So if you are switching gears a bit now, Finance Minister Devendranath Thakur has confirmed that an employment fund created by the Ministry of Finance is what will be used to pay those employed via the current National Recruitment Drive. The National Recurrent Drive was launched on Sunday, October 19th, with more than 20,000 positions available during day one of the Standing Finance Committee. Thakur was questioned by opposition as to why the funds were not allocated under a specific line item.
Is there
However,
any allocation?
Minister Thakur offered some clarity on the issue. Tanku.
Is there any allocation here to pay those over 600 and something persons that you are actively advertising for who would expect to be employed? Where is the allocation to pay them?
If I may provide some clarity that the honourable member is seeking.
Please.
A fund called the Employment Fund was created at the Ministry of Finance, to which an allocation has been made. That allocation is for the funding of employment generally. So I'm assuming that should there be need, we can draw from that fund for this purpose or any other employment purpose under the government.
Now, Trinidad and Tobago, the Ministry of Social Development, Vandana Mohit, also responded to questions on why short-term employment was being considered when it is the government's stated policy to get rid of contract employment and replace it with permanent employment.
In specific reference to this one, you are advertising jobs for which no allocations have been made in your line items.
You are misleading completely and deliberately. I have cleanly and clearly indicated that a fund was created for the purposes of employment. That fund is called the Employment Fund and it is housed at the Ministry of Finance. I clearly stated that if the need arises, that fund can be accessed for the support of any employment creation. The rhetoric about no allocation was made and so on is
now, viewers, Vandana, she noted that it is an interim measure to meet the needs of the vulnerable population. Now, Trinidad and Tobago, imagine this, this government, present government, is creating permanent jobs instead of 10 days on, 10 days off, 5 days on, 5 days off. There's something better. This is government work we're talking about. We are talking about URP or CPEP. You wouldn't be employed under no contractor who might forge documents or have proper documents or didn't get procurement or was some under the table deal. No, it's nothing like that. Listen to this.
The ministry is responsible for critical services, and as a result, we have to continue this because we cannot leave our offices empty. Then if I'm to do so, if the government is to do so, then all of the members of this house will be complaining to me and the ministry that their constituents are going to offices and they are not receiving the required service. Hence the reason, Mr. Chairman, we have to continue it for now. It's an interim measure to cater to the needs of our vulnerable population.
So Trinidad and Tobago, hold that discussion. We're going for a short commercial break. Stay locked on. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Real Talk Financing and Investment, a place where your loans are guaranteed and you're rewarded with up to 5% upfront interest on your deposit. Why wait when you can invest with us today and reap the benefits? Speak with a representative at our central branch at 238-6716, 231-6219, or 339-1670, or our south branch at 242-9944, 241-0543, or 339-1670. Real Talk Financing and Investment. Investment company just for you, for you, for you.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the glaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
Welcome back.
So trying to add on Tobago, remember this Real Talk Financing, we have our 5% interest upfront fixed deposit that is going on. Remember, we are the only financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago that is offering you 5% on our fixed deposit and the interest upfront. No other financial institution in this country is offering you that. Why? Now I'll tell you something. To be a stable company and to compete in the market, in the financial market, you have to be solid. You have to be good. Your product have to be one of the best in the financial arena in this country. That is why Real Talk Financing is stopping the market in fixed deposit in our country. Have you ever heard of any financial institution doing that? No. They can't. Why? We don't know. We don't know. But I side know about Real Talk Financing. We are stable. We are solid. The highest interest rate that is being paid in Trinidad and Tobago right now on a fixed deposit with interest up front is Real Talk Financing. Remember Trinidad and Tobago? Wise decision? Money up front. Everybody needs money up front. You work hard, you deserve to benefit from your money. Your hard work. You understand? So, Real Talk Financing viewers, remember you can contact me 339-1670 for more information, or you can call the office at 238-6716. Also, Trinidad and Tobago, caller, just hold the line for 1 minute, please. Also, Trinidad and Tobago, you all know, well, I have decided to throw out my yacht for rental. That is Legend Yacht, Real Talk Legend Yacht. It is out for rental, viewers. Remember, those of you who want to go down the island, you want to run away, take a day off from work, you and a crew, not a problem. You can contact me, Trinidad and Tobago, 339-1670 or 267-7325. That is my WhatsApp number, 267-7325. You can contact me. Also, viewers, now, even though I have decided to put my yacht out for rent, there is a boat committee, right? There's a management committee that manages this yacht. Now, come back to me, director, just for a few seconds. Now, Trinidad and Tobago. So the committee, this is something that will be launching hopefully by next week, Monday, Tuesday, somewhere around there. Posters will be up. The committee now, this has nothing to do with Saieed. I want you to understand this. Yes, I have a yacht. But just how I have a construction company, there's a management team for that. Just how I have security and intelligence team, we have a management for that. Just how I have Real Talk Financing, we have a management team for that. Just how we have Real Talk Credit Union, we have a management team for that. Also, Real Talk Equipment Rental, we have a management team for that. Yes, the Real Talk network is big. It is big. I'm not lying, it is big. Also, we have Real Talk Equipment in Guyana, Real Talk Financing in Guyana, also Trinidad and Tobago. So the team is big. It's not a fly-by-night business I own. I'm the board of directors, I'm on the management. Reports coming into me every day, every week, we have meetings. Now, I say that for you to understand. Now, the board committee, they have a competition that's launching soon. Registration will be open. Now, in Trinidad, we love to go beach parties. We love to go bikinis party. We love to go poolside party. In general, the female love to fit in Trinidad in two-piece, bikini wear. I'm not going to lie, I am a Muslim, yes, but at the end of the day, I live a real life. I don't live in a bubble. I don't live in a house where I don't come out. You understand? This is the reality. Now, the management team of the board committee, have going to launch a competition. Good? Now, I have a director who's a DJ. Who is a DJ in Trinidad? A famous DJ in Trinidad. He is DJ on boat parties, in bars, weddings, farewell, music truck, you name it. Right? And the board committee, in order for them to make money, they need to throw out something flashy to the public. Good? So, the idea now, I am just making the announcement, that is all. That is all. Right? Don't kill me for, you don't kill the messenger. And have it? We don't kill the messenger. The messenger just bringing the messages. That is all. So, what they are going to launch soon, very soon, Monday, Tuesday, on their page, they might even have an ad on Real Talk, or probably some radio station or something. For the females and them, if you think you're looking good in a bikini, a two-piece, right? We know you love to wear that. Carnival, they're on the street. It doesn't matter who you are. You're in a two-piece. You're in a mask. You're masquerading, right? Now, they are offering $10,000 to the best female, best body in a bikini. Now, this is their idea, not mine. As I say, don't kill me, I'm just the messenger. Now, to enter this competition, there's a cost of $350. With the $350 to enter this, you could win $10,000. So that is what the management team of the board committee asked me to announce on my show. So I have did my part. So hopefully by Monday, Tuesday, next week, viewers, there's more information, contact number, everything. I'll give you more. But this is just to let you know what the board committee is planning. So if you think, ladies, if you think you look hot in a bikini, $350 entrance fee could win you $10,000. Remember that. Don't kill the messenger, eh? Don't kill the messenger. So, going back to our program tonight now. Caller, good night.
A very, very good evening to you, Mr. Saeed, and thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome, my friend. You're live. Go right ahead.
Well, I like my two-piece, but I like my two-piece with fries. I just wanted to bring the ice.
Thank you.
So much a thing I would like to address, but time is limited. But I want to touch on one thing that is happening. A phenomenon is gripping Trinidad and probably Tobago with electric bikes.
Electric batteries?
Electric bikes, bicycles.
Oh, electric bicycle. Yes, I've noticed that.
And this is becoming a dangerous phenomenon because these people have no insurance to be on the public roads. They have no license to operate a vehicle.
Correct.
And some of these people are carrying passengers on the vehicle or on the electric bike.
No license, no insurance.
That's right. And I would like the authorities to pay close attention to this because very soon somebody is going to lose their life.
Yes.
Or lives.
Thank you, my friend.
Have a great evening.
Thank you, my friend. So Trinidad and Tobago, this is something very important there because remember, a lot of cyclists get knocked down on the road. So when we have these electric bikes now on the road, they're doing the same thing. Now a motorcycle is licensed and insured for the road. Remember that. In case anything happens to the driver or a vehicle, there is insurance. But what about these electric bikes? But anyhow, thanks to the caller for raising that. We'll get some more information on that, and hopefully in the coming days, we're going to highlight issue. We might even go down by some of these individuals who selling the actual bicycle motorbike thing and have an interview with them. But moving along, Trinidad and Tobago. Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander and opposition MPs clash during Wednesday's Standing Finance Committee examination of the 2026 national budget, as tempers flared over reduction allocation to TTPS. So why is it now that the opposition is flaring up? Why? We're going to find out. Opposition MP Stuart Young questioned an 11 million decrease in overtime funding for monthly paid officers. He questioned, how is it in the current state the government is reducing the police service overtime? Wait. And this overtime was cut under the P&M administration. Stuart, you could remember that? Police officers cannot go and get a private job somewhere. How much shall I remember that? How much shall I remember? Is there any police officer that is watching the show presently could call in and confirm this? Trinidad and Tobago, listen to this video.
When you fill vacancies, understand that the officer who has to stay on can now go home, because there's the number of persons there that is required. He can now leave and proceed on his leave, instead of staying on and not to stop.
You all remember that, I believe it was last is 24 or in 23, I highlighted the same matters. The Trinidad and Tobago police officers cut down on overtime. Trinidad and Tobago police officers cannot get or cannot go and get another sideline job as a security officer with a firearm. They couldn't do that. So what it is really the Stuart trying to impress now? Or who is he trying to impress? Huh? Nah man, Stuart man, you ought to be joking. Call her good night.
Hi, good night, Mr.
Go right ahead, you're live. Hello?
Good night, Mr. Saeed.
Good night, my dear.
I'm calling to find out something. The home, where they have the boys, the home for boys. I heard that they are being sexually assaulted there. Is this true or something?
Caller, I cannot hear you clearly, but hopefully when you hang up, the operator is going to give me your message and I will try my best to answer you properly, or on point then I should say. Thank you so much for calling. So while the operator organizing that message, Young added that overtime costs had ballooned to over 400 million over the last 2 years. Listen to this.
The actual expenditure in 2024 was 418 million. 2025, they are hoping to get it down to $411 million. And now we're seeing that, okay, let's try for 400 million in 2026. So 11 million has gone. But looking at this historics of it, it is very unlikely that that will happen because unforeseen circumstances do arise.
But Stuarty, how come Rastaman now, who was Minister of National Security, never informed me about these things? You now bring it to the table when I believe the P&M administration cut overtime for TDPS? Do so I like so. Do so I like so. We have a call? It's do so and like so. So that is why Trinidad and Tobago, I am here now to let all you know X is X, Y is Y. Look like the famous lawyer. Tight tongue in the parliament. The famous lawyer who wanted to go to war with the UNC for cotton CPEP. It is alleged Trinidad and Tobago. that he had CPAP contract. 2 mil plus. 2 million plus. But sad, all that stuff. So now you understand why he wanted to go to war with the UNC. Kareem, you want to clear the air on that a little bit? You want to come out and explain to Trinidad and Tobago if you in fact had dealings and got CPAP contract for $2+ million? Come out and tell the public. Come out and tell Trinidad and Tobago, since you want to go for war, tell Trinidad and Tobago why you was actually going to war. Those were the lights. So when did that coming out in the lights? So the CPAP PNM people now, well, they didn't know that. Now you know why he wanted to go for war. And while all of them was clapping, yay, Master going to war for we. You didn't realize. You didn't realize that war was to protect his $2+ million. You think they was going to war for you? No. Don't get tired up. I love real talk, you know. I love this, you know. Now, Finance Minister David Jonathan, who has stepped in to clarify that a reduction was not a punitive measure. Listen to this.
This $11,104,000, that is based on provision that was made in fiscal 2025 for the settlement of outstanding overtime due to officers as a result of the same state of emergency. So this reduction that you're seeing here is because we already paid. That is why the figure went up. We are back to the $400,000 that was initially estimated.
The 11 million.
Yes. There has been an improvement in the planning of shift arrangements, etc., to ensure that overtime is constrained.
So now, Trinidad and Tobago, the opposition has criticized a 15 million cut to the vehicle maintenance budget, warning that it could limit police mobility. Alexander said this would not prevent downtime. There's a policeman answering that question. Listen to this, Trinidad and Tobago.
The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service presently, on advice, has over 27 million in arrears as it relates to those vehicles. The past government, without strategy, didn't understand what was required. Without strategy, did not know or how to operate. The strategy would be to lease the vehicles, removing the need to have those vehicles repaired at that cost that we are seeing now.
Thank you very much.
So what will happen, as soon as a vehicle goes down, it will be replaced.
Now that is a man on the ground. Yeah, I want you to understand that. Alexander is a man on the ground, started from normal SRP, work his way up. He worked his way up. Now Trinidad and Tobago. Young also questioned whether the new Special Anti-Crime Operation Unit, which received a boost from 425,000 to 2.5 million, would mirror the disbanded Special Operation Response Team sought. But Minister Alexander firmly rejected that comparison. Listen to Alexander one more time.
Is this like what the SORT was before? Is that the vision?
Well, no, I don't want to associate the SORT with...
No, but meaning that type of outfit?
Well, no, it's not like that. It's not like that. No.
So what type of outfit is it?
It's a more operative.
Okay. So it's an operations unit.
Yes. Converted, you want to put it so? And stuff like that. So
special operations unit.
Yeah, we don't want to discuss that too much.
Understood.
Until
and then...
it's very surprising to me that all persons, but a man like Stuart Young is asking these questions. if somebody has asked this question, I would have said, okay, they don't know about it. Another minister. But to have a man like Stuart Young asking something like this, watchman, is a disgrace to us in Trinidad and Tobago. I telling all you that. It's a disgrace. Talk about police operation. There's a man who nearly got Trinidad and Tobago sanctioned by doing business with a sanctioned country. But want to ask about operation? Want to ask how much money spending? He should be the last person in the PNM administration to ask those particular questions. I am telling you that on live program on national television is a disgrace. But nevertheless, Trinidad and Tobago, we're going for a short commercial break. When we come back, 7 million allocated for CPEP closure. And the people complain they get their money. More when we return.
We'll be right back.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Welcome to Real Talk Financing and Investment, a place where your loans are guaranteed and you're rewarded with up to 5% upfront interest on your deposit. Why wait when you can invest with us today and reap the benefits? Speak with a representative at our central branch at 238-6716, 231-6219, or 339-1670, or our south branch at 242-9944, 241-0543, or 339-1670. Real Talk Financing and Investment. Investment company just for you.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the blaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
Welcome back.
So Trinidad and Tobago, remember, we are Real Talk Financing, 5% interest up front. Nobody beats us in Trinidad and Tobago. Very soon, the same offer will be going to Guyana. Let me tell you something now. We're going to mash up the Caribbean now. is Real Talk Financing, managed by the one and only Saieed Ali. 30 years experience in finance. Let me tell you something. Other financial institution managers and supervisors come good when they come in to meet me, you know. Or come good when they come in to meet us. That I could guarantee you. That's one. Also trying to make you remember the Legend Yacht, Real Talk Legend Yacht. Very soon they're going to be coming out with their competition. Best female, best body, in a two-piece, in your bathing suit. You know, you girls like to look flashy. Don't look flashy for free. Look flashy where you could actually gain $10,000 in your pocket looking flashy. All you have to do, registration opening soon, $350. Boom. You're looking good. You're good in your two-piece and you're good with that $10K in your pocket. Imagine that. So don't look flashy for free. Make some money out of your looks, Trinidad and Tobago. That's the department. Also, viewers, remember, if you're looking for excavator to buy, contractors, individual, if you're looking for excavators to buy, Real Talk, equipment rental, we have some 2023 model excavator. The excavator is now doing probably about 900 or 1,000 hours. They're like new brand. We have also auger system. It comes with the excavator. Now, if you notice, these excavators has plastic on the seats. They have the grader blade in front. So if you're doing a construction, right, or you're in need of an excavator to rent, contact me. You see the blades them in front? You don't need to hire a backhoe. Excavator comes with the auger system. You come with the bucket. Plus we're grading the road too while in your construction site. So presently what you are seeing is what is that Real Talk group of company compound Trinidad and Tobago. We have 305, we have 306. We also have transport freight. We have a 7-ton wrecker. So if you're a contractor, you're looking for an excavator, you have a project, contact me 339-1670. We can do business. We can do business. If you're interested in buying one of the excavator, it's 2023 model, like new brand, plastic on the seat. We could sell your excavator too. To remember that, Trinidad and Tobago. So back to our program tonight. Minister of Public Utilities Barry Pazarat has confirmed that the government has allocated $7 million to wrap up the operation of the Community-Based Environmental Protection and Enhancement Program, CPEP. This was clarified by the minister during a 2-day of the Standing Finance Committee. So already PNM was yapping them out, right? The ministers. And already PNM people, forgive me for saying PNM, but it is what it is. Gatsby Dolly said, it's the PNM children they have to help in school. Gatsby never stated that it's the children we are helping in school, you know. Gatsby Dolly stated it is the PNM children who bullied in the school and we need to help them. So what about the UNC children who are being bullied now? No help for the victim. You're only helping the individual who bully. Let me tell you something. Sometimes I just wonder where these type of people is come out from with this type of education. One-sided. Listen to this video, Trinidad and Tobago.
The government has clearly articulated that CPEP will be closed, and therefore there is a process and there is a cost associated with winding up the liabilities of the company, and this will be utilized for that.
So what I want to find out now, Trinidad and Tobago, what I want to find out now is that these contractors and them, right? These contractors and them who got contract and did not have proper documents. What is the word we are looking for? Did they take money on a false pretense? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. You didn't have proper documents, right? It was not approved by the cabinet, but you end up with a contract for millions of dollars. So what I want to find out now, these are the people that need to get involved now. The Attorney General, John Jeremy, the Minister of Finance, that is one, plus the Minister who is in charge of security. 3 ministers need to get involved now to find out how are we going to charge these people for getting government contract under false pretense. Millions of dollars have been allocated to contractor. According to Barry Padarat, they didn't have proper documentation. They did not get board approval. So these individuals collected or got contract for millions. What is the charge for this now? Who is going after this now? Because we need to recover money. We need to recover money. Colonel said this government, they have no money to run Trinidad and Tobago. Good? No problem. Let me take Colin word for it. The government, the present government have no money. So this present government now have to go after individuals who got contract without having proper documentation. Millions of dollars if you do that. I mean, we go get some money for schooling, for education, for health, for police. Come on, Trinidad and Tobago. It's time to get back what we lost. Things that you don't know about, things I highlight here every night. But you all don't want to pay attention. Imagine a lawyer want to go to war. All they tell all themselves was for the contractor or the CPF people. That's what they tell all themselves. But all they didn't realize was he was going to war to make sure his assets, nobody interfered with it. It's not all I could work for only $80, but all I get it, they have nothing to do with them. They want to secure them one. So now all they will understand why Marcel wanted to go for war. So I would like to ask Kareem Marcel now, the PNM minister, who is also a lawyer, come out and tell Trinidad and Tobago if what is being spread to the population is true or not. That is what I want him to come out. So instead of you warring, come out and talk the truth now. That is all. Come out and talk the truth. Responding to opposition MP Brian Manning on the provision made for those who were terminated under the program, Padarat said, the government newly launched recruitment program is expected to benefit to those persons. So if you was temporarily employed at 10 days and then they stay home next 10 days, or 5 days and they stay home next 5 days, you are going to be permanently employed with this new recruitment program. Listen to this.
And further, the government has already expressed that in phase 1, we will be rolling out 20,000 jobs. So stay tuned for phase 2 and the other phases to come.
So I'll tell you something. Before I go to this next story about Padarat and Wassa, I just want to say this. This government is now in office. I want you, the citizens, forget if it's a UNC, forget if it's a PNM. What I want you to do is to look back where the PNM governed before 2010. You do that for yourself, right? Tola, here na echo. You do that for yourself, Trinidad and Tobago. The PNM governed Trinidad and Tobago before 2010. And they govern Trinidad and Tobago after 2015. So what I want you to do is to look before 2010, how they govern, look at 2010 to 2015 when the UNC governed, and look at 2015 to 2025 when the PNM governed. And you, as an individual, will understand the kind of production that you got from what you didn't get. Forget what everybody's saying. You as an individual do that for yourself. Look what they did before 2010, look what they did after 2015. And you will judge for yourself. So instead of you hearing people who go on social media, these days we have some real critics coming out in social media, you know. I'm telling you. I in the news, I must know. I am up to date with everything that is taking place in Trinidad and Tobago. Everything. So all these social media people who come out and bragging them out and this and that and the next, let me tell you something. All they could do is go on social media and brag. That's the only thing all they could do. I'm sorry for saying it, but the reality is the reality. You pay your internet bill for $350 a month. You pick a time for the day, you go in your bedroom, or you put a camera on a table, and you brag all day. But the reality, facing the reality, now look how face the reality. It's too hard for all you. It's too stiff. Imagine we have people who not even living in Trinidad condemning Trinidad. It's a sad state. It's a sad, sad state. I live in Trinidad. I have business in Trinidad. I have children in Trinidad. I have business outside Trinidad and Tobago. I have visa to travel any part of the world I want. But you know why this fight for? I'm spending over $1.1 million for the year to employ a team, to pay synergy, to go live on TV, to come here Monday to Friday, to educate you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. On a Wednesday night, we have our public concerns night. You know what we do? For the last 8 years, we have been highlighting lackadaisical ministers, lackadaisical MPs fighting for their community. We have been doing that every Wednesday for the last 8 years. Hence the reason why we have gotten councillors to buck up on themselves. We have gotten councillors to go to ministers, to go to finance ministry, to ask for allocations, to fix road, to fix pavement, to fix bridges. Some to go to tea and tech, some to get street lights. We had a lot of ministers on Wednesdays night. We had a lot of councillors also calling in the program on Wednesdays night. We have a lot of people calling to highlight X, Y, and Z. Because that is our public concerns night. We have been doing it for 8 years and we have achieved a lot in Trinidad and Tobago. You know why? We are raising the issues. The issues. Noise in the community. We have gotten EMA to pass certain legislations. EMA is now telling the police now, pass on in the community and charge. Disturbing the peace. So the police have the opportunity to charge the individuals who have a nuisance in the community, loud music over time. Police can now do that. Why? Because we highlighted the issue. So that's how effective Real Talk with Saieed Ali is. Let me tell you something. Being here for the last 8 years was no easy task, you know. Was no easy task. The first 4 years into it, that is when the attempted kidnapping come on my son. You know why? I hit him hammer on the nail head. 3 of them blind, 1 dead. I leave a statement, you want to come after me? I do have a problem, you coming after me? The thing is, just know who you're coming after. You're coming after a man who will go in his room and light his light and deal with a spirit and send them to you. That is me. I do have government contracts. I have financial institution running. I don't beg for an ad. And I haven't. We don't beg, we're not beggars. I just take it out from my pocket and pay. So when people wonder on my side where you getting all this money from and this and that, you know what God has said? Touch not the Lord's anointing, nor do my prophet no harm. I will plant you like a seed that is planted by the water that will bring forth fruit in its own season. 8 years now I'm prospering. Well, I mean I prospered outside before the 8 years on TV. I've been dealing with ministers outside Trinidad and Tobago before I came on TV. So when you hear the public want to bash Saieed or bash Real Talk, let me tell you something. I come in here to do what you can't do. I come in here to put myself on a spotlight, going up against judges, lawyers, ministers, president. Recently, the opposition, PNM opposition, they started talking about, oh, Jack there with bias and this and that. You all remember, what was the speaker name before? George, Anderson George. You all remember Anderson George? COVID time. The UNC could not bring a motion to the House. Why? Anderson George It is not relevant. It is not relevant. I will not allow you. It is not relevant. I wouldn't have you saying that. All remember that? All you remember that? All of a sudden we are hearing that more the PNM people again. Now I'll tell you this, Trinidad and Tobago. I am not politically affiliated with no political party. None. The reason why I started to say PNM people and UNC people is for you to understand something. These ministers getting paid to do a job. They are no better than you and I. Understand that. If it wasn't for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, they would not be in that position holding that portfolio with a power in their hand to command. It was not for you, the citizens. This is what I want all to understand. And whether it's a PNM, whether it's a UNC, you see every 5 years, you see this 1 inch in this finger, you always had the power. You always had the power. That's one thing. Now, another thing. 1.4 million people living in Trinidad. We have all different race and religion. But you know what we choose to do? Fight down our own brother and sister. We own brother and sister, we fighting down. Election time. UNC people abusing UNC people. UNC people abusing PNM people. PNM people abusing UNC people. Why? What are they getting from it? What are they getting? Because after election, that's still your neighbor. It is still your neighbor. It's sad to know this is our country. We have our next thing going on. A lot of people talking about, a lot of people, 30 seconds. A lot of people saying, Kamala go get Trinidad, bomb and bomb and bomb. CARICOM. Let me ask you something. When the drugs come in the community and your son and your daughter, your brother and your sister fighting and thieving in the house to buy cocaine, CARICOM help all you? CARICOM help all you? CARICOM stop the drugs from coming to Trinidad? Ask all yourself that. CARICOM and CARICOM and CARICOM. No before you talk. If Kamala stand up for Trinidad and Tobago, she stand up for the people. We had a minister, 2 of them, went down to Venezuela to nearly get Trinidad and Tobago sanctioned. If Trinidad and Tobago was sanctioned, and all these companies from Trinidad or from outside doing business leave, what would have happened? Viewers, we have come to the end of our program tonight, but nevertheless, our run of this is tomorrow from 11 to 12:30. We'll be right back here for another Real Talk. Until then, be safe, enjoy the night.